CR101radio.com, podcasts, and more.
19. Cease ye from man. One of the minor pleasures of life is to be able to say, whether we say it or not, "I told you so." I had one such experience when I parked in front of a hotel, and almost at once a man I knew parked his new car, less than a week old, behind my almost 10-year-old one. He saw me locking my car, as I always do, and laughed, saying, "What's the matter? Don't you trust people?" I told him that, as a matter of fact, I don't, because, as a Christian, I believe that God is right in declaring that man is a fallen creature, a sinner, and not to be trusted. Well, he went his way, and I mine. About an hour later, I returned to find him swearing and shouting for police help. A drunk from the hotel bar had crawled into the back seat of his car, gotten sick, leaned over the driver's seat, and vomited heavily. The seat was filthy and stank. A police officer took away the sleepy drunk, but the man still had to clean up a filthy seat before he could drive away. He was swearing angrily and steadily as he looked for something to use as a clean-up rag. The nearby service station was closed and the hotel offered only paper towels. I was, to tell the truth, tempted to ask, "What's the matter? Don't you trust people?" Instead, I simply remarked that it was a good thing my car doors were locked because I was a little closer to the hotel bar than he was. In a less amusing form, I have had this kind of experience repeatedly. Men who insist on trusting man rather than the Lord get sorry dividends for their faith. St. Paul is emphatic about man without God. "There is none righteous, no, not one," Romans 3:10, a statement also made earlier by David, Psalm 14:3. Basically, there are two religions, humanism and Christianity, a faith, trust and reliance on man or on God. We either make the foundation of our faith one or the other, God or man. We cannot serve two masters. Our problem today is not a lack of faith, but too much of the wrong kind of faith, faith in man. Hence we look to politicians and educators for salvation rather than the Lord. We act as though each politician can somehow give us paradise, when all he can give us is more of man and his sin. We cannot serve both God and mammon, or both God and man. It's time we heeded Isaiah, who declared, "Cease ye from man whose breath is in his nostrils, for wherein is he to be accounted of?" Isaiah 2:22. If you continue to trust in man, someday, in unhappy circumstances, God himself may remind you, "I told you in my word."